It's Wednesday. I don't know if I'm going to be posting this later today. I'm going to give it some thought. So I have done a video on Putin previously, and so I wanted to do an updated one since there's been a lot of movement as far as what's going on over there. And well, it's directly affecting everyone, right? So what I'm feeling currently, please read the description below if you're new here. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to structure this reading. I feel like I do want to have it as a direct communication as if I were speaking to Putin, which is normally in description for celebrities, but we'll see how this goes, where it takes me. So how I'm currently feeling right now, like what I'm picking up for you, Putin, of how you're feeling is frustrated, angry, confused, disappointed, sad, all of these feelings, and it feels like this confusion isn't necessarily about, like, sometimes you can relate confusion to like not knowing what to do or not understanding people's motives or not understanding the next moves of other people, right? And I don't feel it's that. It feels more like you're just confused on a deeper level of the whys. Like, why is there a continuation of this? Why is this continuing? Why are we still doing this? Why are they not stopping? It's like, I go back to that reading because I remember parts of it that I felt where it's this feeling from you that feels so serene and sincere and holy and spiritual, and like this deep, genuine desire for protecting people or doing what's right. And then there's also this part of you that is a very curious person, and like your mind is always going, and so you always have to be doing something, otherwise you kind of get yourself into trouble. And so you just have a very overactive and like very intelligent, basically. You're very smart, and so you need a lot of challenges, but there's this feeling that I can't shake, and so I split the deck really quick, and I do want to mention this. So we have Counselor and Overcoming Difficulties, and I think this is a signal that there's good news coming, and a response that I'm getting when I say that is the answers are at your doorstep or at your feet. Like, it's showing me feet, like it's at the bottom of your feet, you know. And there's a saying, the answer's like right under your nose, but they're specifying feet. It's like right under your feet. I don't know what this is, so I'll look. Okay, so we have moon cycles, Archangel Haniel, Jeremiel, and Azrael. If these are significant at all. The moon cycles, I feel this is more religious to me. The Father, Son, and Holy Ghost is what I see whenever I draw this card. But I also feel like this is in those 30-day cycles from the new moon to a full moon. There's a significance there. And 20 to 31 days, I believe. I'm not sure the exact dates for those moon cycles. And they're highlighting that. And then there's this separate message that I'm getting of your guardian angels and your passed away loved ones. And I feel like you have good, clear communication with those who have crossed over. And I feel them addressing, once again, that prior video that I did. So it's people that I would have brought up in that previous video about you, and they're trying, the feeling I'm getting is you trying to go up, like you trying to raise your energy, right, or like go up towards them, like be with them, and they're pushing you down. It's like you want to go to them and they want you to stay here. And there's this feeling from you of like exhaustion. You're not the kind of person that gives up easily and doesn't want to give up. Again, it feels like your motives are sincere, but I think that's where the frustration, confusion comes in, because it's not being represented that way. And it's like, no matter how forthcoming I am or straightforward or honest I am, it gets misconstrued. And why there's so many people following that or believing that, or it's like you're just, I think there's that, it's kind of giving me this image of like a bunch of ants and a bird, like ants overtaking the bird, right? It's like so many little, but how if they congregate together, then if the bird gives up, the bird will perish. But if the bird doesn't give up, it will likely survive, because I'm seeing them as black ants. They're not like fire ants or like something that can actually cause anything, and like the orifices of the bird are too closed off. I'm not to get graphic, but it's literally showing me that the bird is impenetrable if the bird does not give in. And so that's what I see. There's a reminder that I received just now, and so the energy of these passed away loved ones and your guardian angels collectively is very serious. It's not necessarily a celebratory thing of like, they're definitely proud of you, they honor you, they respect you. There's a part of them that feels in awe of you, like just to see things play out, you know. It's like they know the divine plan, but to actually see this unfolding is kind of awe-inspiring. And so they're pointing me to a frame of reference that I did not mention in that previous video, and they're pointing me back where I was, like a time in my life where I was thinking about it, and they want me to say this. And so I want to be clear for those of you who are just watching for entertainment or whatever reason, I avoid talking about this ever on my channel because I don't want any crazy people to get any sort of weird idea about this. So this is specifically for Putin. This is not for anybody else. And what I think I'm gonna do after this is like look into the biblical information, like whatever the Bible says about this, because I'm not aware, but I feel like it would mention it somewhere, and other religions would mention something like this, where there's essentially like God has allowed us free will on this planet and other planets similar to this, and I've talked about this multiple times, where there are other planets that have reversed from the grasps of evil, and they're more of an enlightened world, and we're kind of in the changes of that, you know, and we're constantly in that for thousands of years, it seems. And so there's elevated beings that are ordained by God to kind of they're kind of like warriors, angelic warriors that will but they will somehow bring about a little bit more balance where things are getting really out of control. And they're showing me like ends of civilizations where like there's periods of our our time frame on Earth that is not in, it's not in his historical records. And I'm hearing that like some of these that are in historical records are known in other cultures, like religions or cultures where people are aware of this because there are survivors from the outskirts of it that were privy to this information, and it carried on, you know, through us just talking about it, I guess. Anyway, and that's kind of where I see you, Putin, is that there's that angelic warrior spirit, and it's a very heavy burden to carry, and very select few people have this task. And again, this is not for the crazies out there to think that you are this, because you more than likely are not. I mean, you're likely not like a world leader or anything like that. Like, anyway, moving on. I just want to be clear about that. That's not, anyway. And so this is like, it's like written in, I don't know, it feels like it's like written in the stars, like written in the time, like, and that's why I'm hearing it's like it's written, what I heard is it's written in time. And so I tried to relate that by saying written in the stars, but I'm literally hearing written in time, and it's showing me like a time frame of how things are supposed to occur, because things were getting out of hand. And it kind of relates back to, they're showing me like the cross between Old Testament and New Testament, and how God was trying to get the attention of people because they were going rogue. And like in this area that Jesus came to, it's like they were going rogue. And so there's different ways biblically that people will come through. I mean, Jesus is different, but you get what I'm saying. We have leadership. So again, this is just confirmation of you being spiritually guided. This is your calling. Says you have an important message to deliver that can help others. This feels like things that have to do with your past, and also divine messages that you have received. And it's a message of comfort and healing for people. It's a message that people could really benefit from, to really understand your position in things and to relate to in a more like uplifting way. It's a message of like uplifting comfort. We have Remember Who You Are, Archangel Michael. This was Gabriel, or Azrael. I am helping you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. You are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You're very loved. Brilliant idea. Yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. Moon cycles, once again. And it could be the number 3, could be significant. as well. And when I read this, I have this sensation in my temples where it really feels like there's a plan or idea that you feel instructed to set forth. And once again, your guardian angels, possibly loved ones who serve as your guardian angels, are really wanting you to focus on the miracles of your connection to them, is what they're saying. Is like, think of it's like a miraculous time. It's like, and something about sharing that. They want you to share that. We have retreat and classes. So learning and teaching are part of your higher calling, and to block out distractions, spend quiet time alone so that you can focus on your priorities. And so what this is indicating to me is to spend time writing this down, this information down, like kind of an outline, a loose outline, a guidance of what you're going to say, because it feels like this should be something very like deeply personal and emotional and spiritual. And it's going to be like you're going to be channeling these higher realms when you start speaking, and it's going to resonate with people's souls, like their higher selves is going to resonate on that level. And so it's essentially saying to like pray to them and pray amongst yourself and your people, so that when you do this, you're already in a meditative space, and it's important that you speak to people on a level that they cannot deny, and that's essentially speaking to people's spirits. It's like you cannot deny your inner truth. You can try and ignore it, but you can never run fully from it. And I feel like this is something that maybe you've, like if you journal or you write things down, like this is what I feel is like you've already written it down, and the way that it's showing me is in shorthand. And so I don't know if you like write journals or something in like private symbols or some sort of phonetics that people wouldn't be able to decipher, because this is me rationally thinking now of what I just saw. I'm thinking like there's no way that you would actually like journal. I mean, people can use that, or I have no idea. Okay, so focus on divine and perfect health. Lean on God and the angels for support. Positive thoughts create positive results. You've created the situation and you have the power to change it. And this is telling me you need to put this in perspective. You need to put this in serious perspective of everything that I said. You have to believe and trust that this situation is already resolved in a lot of ways, because this is something that was destined. It was in the timeline of our destiny as a collective. And so for you to have incarnated into Vladimir Putin, you took on this role and you were guided by these higher realms and these higher beings, and the people the family you incarnated into who've crossed over to further guide you and be so proud of you that they're assisting you in your divine purpose. And so when you lean on God and you lean on this divine and perfect health for everyone, and then you will have the correct answers. You'll have the correct message. You will be doing everything like lead by faith. Lead by faith, and by faith you are applying a lot of your practical instinct and your practical knowledge and everything that you've learned thus far. And with you creating the situation and having the power to change it, what I'm seeing here is that you created the situation as far as being Putin and being in the position that you are as you following your path. And so when you look at it in that perspective and maintain that perspective, like a bird's eye view on who you truly are and why you're here and what that journey entails, then you won't feel overwhelmed or chaotic or confused. Like this shouldn't, or angry, because this should not surprise you. This should not be a surprise to you to the point that it makes you upset with people, right? Like that's not the position that you need to take. You need to take a higher position, and from there you will have the right answers. And basically believe in yourself. We have chosen, right? You're chosen, make a difference in people's lives. Your calling. Miracles out of mistakes. Like it's not a mistake. Okay, what you're doing is not a mistake. You are right on your path, and your path has a range of deviation, and you haven't exceeded that range of deviation. You haven't done anything wrong. In fact, I believe that everybody in this world and those who have crossed over recently, like we have all, like anyone who's been caught in the crossfires of this it's been purposefully guided in order for a better future to some capacity, in some way. And just to basically, what I'm hearing is like, just pray for them and pray for yourself and pray for your people. Because I don't feel like you wanted this. You never wanted this to happen. I don't see you desiring pain for other people. I don't see you wanting to cause harm on other people. I don't see you desiring casualties for anyone at all. But it feels like you were pushed in a corner, and that you've perceived it as you not having a choice in the matter, and you feel like you're doing what you feel is best for everyone. It's ultimately protection for you, like your country. But I also see that it's like you trying to multitask and do what you feel. You're thinking ahead by referring to the past and people's past mistakes or past behaviors, or again, like the ending of certain civilizations, written or non-written in history, and what you can do to make a positive mark in this world. Manifest success. Master your destiny by making use of your skills. Harness the creative forces to bring about success and achieve your goals. So that's the same symbol that I feel. And I'm also seeing this eclipse. I think that's a significant symbol for you, beautiful souls. You inspire and uplift others. Maintain this higher perspective, because this is where you're going to be able to do what's going to be beneficial for everybody involved, and minimize casualties, once again, because that's not something that you desire. We have Midas Star. Luck is on your side. Let the magic happen. I do feel that you are... I don't know, it feels like a positive outcome. Whatever this is, it feels like a positive outcome. Angel of action, take action towards your destiny. And I do feel that this is a message of taking action, okay? That this is very important that you take action, and stepping into the unknown. Is this curiosity keeps us heading down new paths, so take a chance. And I feel this is a nod to that curiosity that maintains within you, this boyish curiosity, this high active, intelligent mind, and how that is a curious mind. An intelligent mind is a curious mind, and that this feeling of you wanting to reach towards your angels and them pushing you back down is them saying, like, we know, it's acknowledgement of saying, like, we know that there's something that you don't want to do. It feels like giving up, not not necessarily giving up on, I don't know, just feeling like frustrated, tired of this, you know, because it just goes against your beliefs or your morals, is what I'm saying. It's like, it's frustrating. And use your mistakes to inspire and empower you to face brighter days ahead. And achievement, when I split the deck, focus on what makes you victorious. Focus on the positive aspects about yourself. Focus on the things that you've done right in this. It's like keeping your vibration high and having this like abundant mindset of blessings and of like don't restrict your energy. It feels like you're starting to feel, or a tendency to feel restrictive. It feels, honestly, it feels dual. It's like part of you feels restrictive and part of you, it's like your divine nature. You can't restrict yourself no matter how much your rational mind kicks in. It's just impossible for you because of your calling is so intense and big. It's such a big calling, and so try to merge the two, and by doing that, dissolving the feeling of restriction or focusing on something that isn't going the way that you would hope that it would. Which, what I see when it comes to that is you just hoping that they people, organizations, countries, like if people would just stop. I see, it's like you sincerely just wanting you just want it. What I'm hearing is like you just want things to be fair game, like you just want things to be more diplomatic, and it's like playing Battleship or like playing chess. You know, no one actually gets harmed in it. It's a mastering of intelligence. It's a mastering of things like that. It's not putting people's lives in danger or people's livelihood in danger. It's about just doing it in a more practical and like I mean, you just want peace. That's really what you want. You just want peace. So we have Starseed and birthing a new age, dreaming a new world into being. And childbirth is traumatic, and it can take a very long time, and it's exhausting and arduous. So, and by the way, we have Star Mother coming through, and I feel that's a repetition here of the deep replenishment of like nurturing yourself, resting, being held, and it feels like being held by the Divine Mother and Mother Mary, if she's significant to you at all. But I feel her specifically of like praying to Mother Mary, or like asking for, it's kind of asking for forgiveness, but also asking for answers, like requesting information from Mother Mary. We have no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. And I'm being drawn to the pyramids in this. And so usually what this card is like whatever you're thinking, whatever you're planning, whatever you're doing that has any sort of consideration involved, then the answer is no. Like, just hold off on this. And I also see this as matching the pyramidal energy. The evil energy is the way that I see when I associate pyramids. I associate it with evil. Sorry. Because of the reflection and anyway, not to get too much into it, but that's what I see. So don't match that. It's rising above that, and also deciphering and recognizing between, once again, like an angelic warrior, and having like the sincere desire for everyone to be at peace and to be everything to be resolved. Keep that as your priority. Align your life. So what is not aligned or needs to change? And soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. And again, this is repetition for me of connecting with your soul family and making sure to ask their advice. Don't feel like reaching up to them and like being with them or anything. Like, I don't know how to really explain it. That's just how I feel. It's like you wanting to be there instead of here, I guess, or something. It's like, you know, it's just very frustrating. I think this journey is very frustrating for you. And so it's like them saying, like, we want you to call to us, connect to us, ask us what you need, and continue asking us what you need, allowing us to bring you these answers. And don't second guess yourself for your place in this realm, in the spiritual realm. Don't doubt your place in the spiritual realm. And keep that perspective so you have the fortitude and the energy to keep pushing through and doing things from a perspective that's in everyone's highest good. And don't fall into these traps of something that doesn't feel right for you. Don't do that. Because nice, don't Mother Mary. I will pull this. Our Lady who gives peace, and Our Lady of Becoming. I'm going to read the guidebook on this because I feel like it's going to be very specific. So, here it is. You have been holding on to a deep concern, and I ask you to hand it over to me now. Allow me to offer you a gift in exchange for your devotion and trust. I offer you the gift of peace. Peace that all is now resolved. Peace that the material situation is flowing towards perfect completion. My peace be with you now, my child. Handing over a concern to the Divine Mother can sound easier in theory than how it is experienced in practice. We might think that we are handing something over, but if we are worrying about it again in 5 minutes or 5 days, then we have taken it back again. Handing something over means a complete and utter letting go, a surrender of attachment to the outcome, and a willingness to trust that what is meant to be will be. It is based on an acceptance that the Divine wants the best for us, and that whatever happens will best serve us, irrespective of whether we are initially thrilled or initially disappointed in the result. We can ask for what we want with great passionate enthusiasm, and then ask what we are given serves us best. When we pray in this way, we allow the Divine to present us with opportunities and solutions that will supersede any concepts we could have come up with on our own. We allow the Divine brilliance to be. Mother Mary can bring us a gift of inner peace when we approach our spiritual life in this way. That doesn't mean we don't care, that we check out of our relationships in our world. It means that we're blessed with an ability to accept what is and to relax and trust in what is yet to be. We put in our effort and our prayer, and then we let go. The gift of peace comes as a sign that we indeed let go. We are just allowing life to be. In times of great spiritual growth, there is near constant uncertainty. A seemingly endless process of transition can be experienced if you're on an accelerated spiritual path this lifetime, which is highly likely to be the case as you are attracted to this oracle, which resonates at such a vibration. It is a precious resource to be able to find a place of peace that doesn't stop us from growing, but empowers us to relax and trust with a contentment in our process, even when our process is one of great tests or challenges. Mother Mary comes to you through this oracle with a message to be heeded. You are either in a situation now where you feel tested and challenged and are uncertain as to whether or not you should be worried, or you're going to have an issue that comes head to us soon and will feel challenging to you. Do not fear. She says this: I am with you. I am your cloak of protection and the eye in your heart that shows you the way through. Trust me and allow me to bring you peace. From that peaceful place within, you will be able to make the choices that help you greatly. You will be inspired by the inner guidance from the Divine Mother, which flows more easily into your peaceful mind. Do not worry if you do not see a way forward at the moment. That is a question of timing only. At the right time, nudges are given and a way forward becomes visible. If you cannot see a solution right now, that doesn't mean that there is no solution. It means that the threads of the situation or issue are still being unknotted. Have you ever tried to quickly unpick a knot? In a hurried fashion, the threads can become tighter. In a relaxed fashion, they can easily and instantly unravel. With the gift of peace, your life may seem to slow down, but the resolution of problems will quicken. Open to her gift of peace and experience this love for yourself, beloved. And the other one, Our Lady of Becoming. My beloved child, you are a divine flower preparing to bloom. You belong in the divine garden, and you will blossom into radiance. I have declared it, and it will be so. You shall thrive and be nourished into life. Your uniqueness and beauty shall not be hidden from the world, obscured by veils of fear and shame. I am the holy hand unveiling your secret light, that may it pour forth the grace that heals the world. This is your destiny, and it will be. You may have a sense that deep within you there is so much more than what appears to be on the surface, so much more than what others can see. Even if you consider yourself an open book, so to speak, you may sense that within there is something more of you yet to be. It may be the role that you are yet to fulfill, perhaps that of a lover, a spouse, or a parent, or even a teacher or healer. It may be a talent that you sense within that you have not fully developed as yet, for any number of reasons. It might even be a feeling that you are meant to live or work in another country. It may be that you sense you are to meet your soul tribe in the flesh this lifetime, that community in which you feel you're truly becoming, where you are loved and accepted just as you are. It might even be that you sense, held within you, a version of yourself that is more confident, expressive, honest, without shame, and loving, accepting, and wise. This oracle comes to you with a message of grace and divine blessings from Mother Mary. That which you sense within, that unfolding destiny of which you dream will be. Yes, beloved, it is time to believe, to act with a sense of inevitability rather than hopeful fantasy. This is not a time to hold back and compromise on what is possible, but to surrender the how to Divine Mother and allow her to assist you in becoming what you are deep within. No matter whether you feel that this is becoming a spiritual or mundane, anything that fulfills your heart is important for your own soul destiny, whether it seems obviously spiritual in nature or not. For Mother Mary to support you most easily into becoming your fullness, you are going to have to trust yourself, sometimes even above the messages or opinions of your loved ones, well-meaning as they may be. This doesn't mean that you cannot seek advice or get help. On the contrary, the Mother will often nudge you towards those that can assist you. But you will know whether anyone is helping you find your own light or attempting to have you follow their light instead. In the latter, you are perhaps learning a valuable lesson, But in time, you must come back to your own inner light, for no one else can be a unique expression of the divine that you are. No one can live your destiny for you. You have a role and a purpose upon this earth that cannot be replaced. We all must become what we are as fully and completely as our heart can dare. Mother Mary asks that we call upon her to become all that we are through her grace and guidance. This oracle comes to you at a time when you may be uncertain of your future, about what is happening within you, or even whether or not anything is happening at all. You are asked to surrender your concerns into Mother Mary's care and to take any step that feels right for you. It might be enrolling in a class or doing a yoga practice. Your step might be to say yes to a social event, or to purchase and read a book that has been drawing your interest. Becoming requires energy. We do not have to throw ourselves mercilessly into endless activity or become anxious that we must do something, even whilst we do not exactly know what we are supposed to be doing. Those approaches would discharge our energy rather than build it. Instead, we can take steps that feel loving one day at a time, trusting our inner nudges, knowing that they are loving prompts of the Divine Mother herself as she nurtures us into fullness of being. Okay, that was a lot wordier than I expected. So, oopsie daisy. I don't even know what I said. Hopefully, some of it seemed a little trivial when it comes to this situation. However, hopefully there was some important information there. I'm sure there was, that related to this. And I'm going to pull a final card for you guys, if you have stuck through all of that. And so this is for the collective. We have look up, look forward. Okay, welcome new developments for positive change. So I think this confirmation of everything here is it's a positive development for everybody, in some shape or form. There's going to be relief here, and intentions. And Archangel Raphael helps you heal in your mind, body, and spirit. And look up, look forward once again. So pray to your guardian angels, pray to God, and the guardian angels will deliver. Oh, we have gratitude. Pray for what you need, but be grateful for what you have already received. Intentions. Intention is the creative power that fulfills our dreams. As your will, so is your destiny. And so I think this is just an additional thing where this can apply to you guys as well, as far as praying for the best outcome for everybody here, and having a grateful heart for the things that we have currently. And make your intentions clear about what it is that you want, and focus upon it with unwavering faith. Archangel Michael. Alright, you guys. That's what I got. Bye.